What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Tomorrow is my first ever 100K ultramarathon race. I've been building up to this race for several weeks now, and tomorrow is finally the day. So I want to take the chance to show you guys my whole race day strategy. Part 1 is my pacing strategy. Part 2 is my gear. And part 3 is my fueling and nutrition. If you're more interested in how I actually trained and prepared for this race over the last several weeks, you can check out the other videos in this series. But this video is going to be all about my race day strategy. So let's dive into it. So earlier this week, my race actually got canceled. There was some weather coming in, some rain, and they felt like that was enough to cancel the whole race. So they called it off. They emailed us about 4 days before the race, said, hey, we're not doing it anymore. But fortunately, we pivoted quickly, and we're getting a whole bunch of people together to run our own race. We're calling it Run Your Race 1 to 100 miler. Anybody that wants to sign up, you can run 1 mile all the way up to 100 miles. You get to pick your distance. The course is gonna be a 1.2 mile concrete loop, so it's definitely gonna be very tough mentally. If you guys are seeing this video before Saturday, December 2nd, you can come out and run with us in Dallas, Texas. I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can get more details and actually come run with us tomorrow, Saturday, December 2nd. All right, part 1, my pacing strategy. So my goal for this 100K race is to finish somewhere between 8 to 9 hours. And that's somewhere between 8 minutes to 8 minutes and 30 seconds per mile. So my plan is to hold around an 8-minute pace while I'm actually running, with the intent to occasionally stop and walk, maybe sit down, grab some food if I feel like it. But while I'm actually running, the goal is gonna be to run around 8 minutes per mile. Because the course is just a 1.2 mile loop, I'm gonna get to know it very, very well. It's very, very flat, so there's not gonna be any surprises. So I know that I can just sit there and run 8-minute pace pretty much all day long. That's in my zone 2 heart rate. So I'll be running purely aerobically. And then my optimistic goal is when I get to around 45 or 50 miles, and if I'm still feeling good, then I'll push the pace a little bit, hopefully negative splitting the whole race. For me, negative splits work so good in every race that I've done, so I'm gonna try to implement that into this race too. But again, the goal for this race is to finish somewhere between 8 to 9 hours. So that's my pacing strategy. Let's dive into the gear. So the most common question is always, what shoes am I wearing? And I'll be wearing the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. These are some of my favorite shoes from Saucony. They have a carbon plate in here. They're super lightweight. They've got this nice, soft, cushiony foam. They are very, very comfy and really, really great shoes. But because it's an ultra marathon and I'm gonna be out there for so long, I wanna have a backup plan. So my first pair of backup shoes are gonna be the Saucony Endorphin Elite. And these are actually the same exact shoes I wore for the Chicago Marathon. These are like Saucony's road racing shoe. They are really, really fast shoes. They're kind of like the pros, but one notch up. And then these are my backup shoes, the Saucony Triumph 21s. I really love these shoes. There's no carbon plate or anything, just a nice everyday cushiony shoe. I feel like I might want to have something that's not carbon plated in case my feet start hurting. I can switch into something a little bit more cushiony and soft. For socks, I have the Say Sky Combat socks. I wear these pretty much every day, not this pair obviously, but I like these ones a lot. They say run or die going down the back. They're nice, stretchy running sock. I also have backup socks. These are what I typically wear for trail running, but they are toe socks. So they have all these individual little compartments for your toes. These are Exoskin wool toe socks. Those are just a backup. For my hat, I'll be wearing the Switchback Farther Together running hat. This is actually our new hat that we have coming out. There's the topographical map on the brim. On the inside, we've got Switchback all throughout. We've got custom tags. We've got a cool little emblem here on the side. Farther Together, that's our slogan there on the front. For shorts, I have some Say Sky running shorts. These are great because they have a built-in liner. I find that built-in liner helps prevent any kind of chafing or rubbing, any kind of friction in there. There's also slot pockets on each side for a phone, extra gels, salt pills, and there's also a nice big zipper pocket on the back. I also have some backup shorts. These are Saucony 2.5-inch split shorts. Something a little bit more free-flowing just in case I want to switch it up from those. And then my shirt, if I choose to wear one, the weather's looking pretty good, so I might just go shirtless for this, but I have the Switchback Performance Tee, Switchback logo on the front, Farther Together logo on the back. Nice, lightweight, moisture-wicking running t-shirt. I shouldn't need it, but I'm bringing a headlamp just to be safe. We start at 7 a.m., so I should be done somewhere between 3 to 4 p.m. So hopefully I won't be running in the dark, but you never know. So this is a Petzl headlamp. I honestly don't know which model this is. I've had it for a while, but it's worked great. Worn it for lots of ultramarathons and trail races. I also have 3 different types of chafe cream. I have Squirrel's Nut Butter. This is like a roll-on stick. Looks kind of like a deodorant stick. I've actually never used Squirrel's Nut Butter, but I've heard great things about it. Then I have Sport Shield. I will put this all over my toes. This has a roll-on applicator, so you just roll it all over wherever you need. It's nice because it doesn't get your hands all messy. And then I also have some Salty Britches chafe cream. I've used this quite a bit and it works fantastic. I always put it back here by my lats and my triceps where I tend to chafe pretty bad. I also rub it in between my thighs and the nether regions, if you will. And my last piece of gear is my watch, the Coros Apex 2 Pro. I'm actually gonna take this part in the video to show you how I'm setting up my watch face, my activity screen, to help get me through this 100K race. I'm here in the Coros Training Hub app. I'm gonna quickly show you guys how I create a custom activity data screen specifically for this race. So I'm gonna click over here on profile, then I'm gonna click my device, Apex 2 Pro. I'm gonna click activity data pages. I'm gonna click run. These are my existing data pages. And I actually wanna keep those as an option because I can scroll through them during the activity. So I'm just gonna create a new one. So I'm gonna click on an empty one. Because this race is gonna be so long and monotonous on this 1.2 mile loop, I don't really want too much data. So I'm gonna select this option, which will give me 4 different data points. For this top one, I'm just gonna want the activity time. That's the total time for the activity. And then over here on the left, I'm gonna do my current heart rate because I am gonna be tracking my heart rate during this to ensure that I'm running in zone 2. Over here on the right, I'm going to do my average pace. This is my pace for the entire run as a whole. And then down here on the bottom, I'm gonna set up my distance, which will show me my total distance for the activity. So I'm gonna go back, make sure hit save. And here, as you can see, I have that new activity screen. And then here on the watch itself, there's actually a really cool feature I wanna show you guys that I love using for races. So I'm gonna go into an activity. I'm gonna select run. I'm gonna scroll down to settings. I'm gonna go to activity alerts. For this race, I'm getting an alert every mile. You can also do pace alerts, cadence alerts. For this race, I'm also gonna set up a heart rate alert. I'm gonna set this one to aerobic endurance, which will basically alert me anytime I get out of 141 to 158 heart rate. And then maybe one of my favorite features on the Coros watch is the nutrition alerts. So I'm gonna turn these on and I'm gonna have it tell me every 45 minutes to take some nutrition. It's a good reminder, especially as you get later on in the race. It's really easy to forget to stay on top of nutrition. And the third and final part of this video is my fueling and nutrition strategy. I'm keeping it very simple for this race, so I only have a few things here. About 30 to 45 minutes before the race starts, I will consume 1 packet of 2 Before blackcurrant powder. This is the caffeinated version. There is 120 milligrams of caffeine in this. Just real quickly, if you don't know what blackcurrant powder is, it is an amazing product. It gives you tons of performance benefits such as vasodilation, cardio and aerobic performance boosts, a ton of science-backed performance benefits. So I'll take one of those. With that, I'll also do a scoop of Switchback electrolytes. Each serving of this is 1,000 milligrams of sodium. I'll put both of those into this 24-ounce water bottle and consume that with about 24 ounces of water. Then right before the race starts, I will do one of these Morton caffeinated gels. This is 100 milligrams of caffeine. So I'm using caffeine for this race. Because this race is gonna be so challenging mentally, I feel like I'm gonna need to rely on the caffeine to help kind of keep me stimulated and keep me moving forward. So I'm gonna do one of these right before the race starts. From there, every 45 minutes or so, I will do a spring energy gel. I absolutely love these gels. I prefer these for longer races like an ultramarathon because it's actually real whole food. It basically tastes just like applesauce, but every ingredient in here is real whole foods, which is amazing. So one of these every 45 minutes. And then roughly every 90 minutes, I'll drink 2 cups of raw whole milk. I don't have any with me because it's down in the fridge. I know milk while running, it's the craziest thing in the world, but for me, it works. For some reason, my body and my mind just crave milk whenever I'm running. It has carbs, it has protein, it has fat, it has electrolytes, it has easy to digest calories because it is raw, it's not pasteurized, so it has all of those good digestive enzymes in the milk. So every 90 minutes, I will have 2 cups of that. And then around the halfway mark, I will do 1 more packet of 2 Before blackcurrant powder just to re-up on the active ingredients that's in this because it lasts somewhere around 3 to 4 hours. So I want to keep those benefits going throughout the race. The fuel strategy is really simple. I only have a handful of things, so it's less to worry about and less chances for things to go wrong. But this is my race day strategy to run an ultra marathon. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Again, if you are seeing this before Saturday, December 2nd, you can actually come run with us in Dallas, Texas. So I hope to see some of you guys out there. And the next video in this series will be the race video itself. I really look forward to putting that out and sharing with you guys the whole weekend experience. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. Thank you for all of your love and support, and we'll see you in the next video.